How is air cargo volumetric weight calculated? Imagine packing a box for a flight and wondering how airlines decide what to charge. The answer lies in understanding how much space your cargo takes up versus its weight. When you ship items by air, the airline needs to balance both weight and volume to set fair prices. This is where volumetric weight, also called dimensional weight, comes into play. It measures how much space your package occupies compared to its actual weight. If your package is light but takes up a lot of room, you might still pay a higher fee. This system helps airlines make sure they are compensated fairly for both heavy and bulky shipments. Calculating volumetric weight starts with measuring your cargo's dimensions. You need to measure the length, width, and height of your package. If you use centimeters, multiply these three numbers together to get cubic centimeters. Then, divide that number by 6,000. This gives you the volumetric weight in kilograms. For example, if your package measures 100 centimeters long, 50 centimeters wide, and 20 centimeters high, the volume is 100 times 50 times 20, which equals 100,000 cubic centimeters. Dividing 100,000 by 6,000 results in about 16.67 kilograms. That's the volumetric weight. If you prefer inches, measure the length, width, and height in inches. Multiply these three numbers to get cubic inches. Then divide that number by 166 to find the volumetric weight in pounds. For example, if your package is 40 inches long, 20 inches wide, and 10 inches high, the volume is 40 times 20 times 10, which equals 8,000 cubic inches. Dividing 8,000 by 166 gives about 48.2 pounds. Once you have the volumetric weight, compare it to the actual weight of your cargo, which you weigh on a scale. The airline will charge you based on the higher of the two numbers. So if your actual weight is 10 kilograms but the volumetric weight is 16.67 kilograms, you pay for 16.67 kilograms. This method ensures airlines are fairly compensated for space used, especially when shipping lightweight but bulky items. In logistics, knowing how to calculate volumetric weight is essential. It helps with planning routes, estimating costs, and managing cargo loads. Because aircraft cargo space is limited and expensive, this calculation encourages shippers to pack efficiently. It also motivates consolidating shipments to reduce wasted space. When measuring your cargo, be precise and use the correct divisor based on the standard your carrier follows. This way, you can avoid surprises and ensure your shipment is billed correctly. To sum it up, calculating volumetric weight involves measuring your cargo's dimensions, converting that volume into a weight equivalent with a divisor, and comparing it to the actual weight. The higher value becomes your chargeable weight. This process keeps air freight fair and efficient by accounting for both how heavy and how bulky your shipment is.